Hey everybody, welcome back to Oprahcat, playing Metroid Prime Echoes Blind. So I'm in the thing. Oh, there's a door over there, I didn't even notice. LOL, your voice. No, it is the sentry noise from the sentry when it spins. Your voice is fine. Thank you, Perry Christie. So I feel like my voice is lower than most normal girls' voices. But it could also be due to my body type, since I am 5'10", which is taller than average. Because it also kind of depends on how large your larynx is how high or deep your voice is going to be. I imagine I have a larger larynx, but not nearly as large as what men usually have. So that's just a portal then. Was there a door right here? Did I not notice? Oh. So, let me see what's in that other door. I don't know. Somewhere over here. Oh, I guess I can't go in there, never mind. So this is obviously a portal right here, so let's take it, shall we? Ah! I lost my headphones. Alright, so now everything is outlined in red instead. I guess we are on the dark side now. Because, you know, like in Star Wars, where if the lightsabers are blue or green, then they're the good guys, but if they're red, they're the bad guys. And purple if you're just the most awesome character in the entire world, which happens to be Samuel L. Jackson. Mace Windu. The story behind it is funny because Samuel L. Jackson was watching the footage and he's just like, man, can I have a purple lightsaber? Because I can't see myself in this fight scene. So they gave him a purple lightsaber and it's just like, cool. So yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is just an awesome person. So there's a door right there and whatever. So we can try going through there. If these portals were real, would you go through them? I think if I had a protective suit like Samus, maybe. I'd have to think about it though. Whoa. I don't even know if I'm going through the right door. I just figured I'd go through the one that was closest. Don't you dare latch onto my face, stupid Metroid thing. Oh, you're bigger than the ones from before. How did it not hit you? There we go. Thank you. So this is something. Oh, I can't scan it. Okay. Creature. A dark diligence drone. A darkling possessed maintenance unit. Unique strength from Ing's symbiote, whatever. A high-powered burst of light energy can damage it. Okay. Can damage it? That is improper grammar. Okay, high burst. Here we go. Any more? Oh, sweet. Missile expansion. So I guess I'm glad I went in here because it was a dead end and I got something out of it. Because I'd rather go somewhere I don't know and have it be a dead end, because it means, okay, so I didn't have to worry about that path being what I needed. And I do want to get back into somewhere that's safe. Because if you see how many things of unit or health are gone right now, I think what I might do is just hang out in here for a bit and wait for my health to go up. So maybe we can just have a nice conversation in the meantime. Oh, whatever. But yeah, would I go through those portals if they were real? What would you do? Because you would have to be able... Because basically dark ether is completely toxic, and before I got the dark suit, it was like you had to be in the dark ether atmosphere for very short periods of time. And then the dark suit I have cuts down the damage I take by 80%. Or something like that.
So, in other words, it's kind of like being in outer space.
Pretty much.
You go out without a suit, you die. You stay out there too long, you die.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the astronauts that we have. But what I thought was really fascinating about the International Space Station is that it's had pretty much a permanent human residence for the past 15 years.
A permanent human residence?
Like, you know what I mean?
Resident. Residence.
People have been in space continuously for the past 15 years, at least. There's 3 people up there right now, so... Yeah, there's actually a website, how many people are in space right now.com, and it usually says 3 or 6, but sometimes 9. Because, like, Scott Kelly and, like, 2 Russian cosmonauts just came back from the International Space Station, like, about a week ago, I think. And 2 of them were on the Year in Space mission. So, basically, astronaut Scott Kelly has an identical twin brother who's also a retired astronaut, so pretty much when Scott Kelly came back, I think he's still going through different tests to see how well his muscles, if they deteriorated at all, like, because you gotta exercise 2.5 hours every day when you're living on the space station to make sure that your bones and muscles stay healthy. Because our bodies are not meant to live in space for that long.
Well, you know, technically he's now, assuming they were born at the exact same time, which they weren't, he's now slightly younger than his twin.
Yeah, they actually did say something about that, how, is that Scott Kelly is actually, like, now, like, 2 minutes younger than him or something.
Because due to relativity and traveling at the high velocity around the Earth for that long a period of time.
Yeah. I mean, because they're traveling around the world. Something like 17,500 miles per hour. So, and they circle the Earth, like, between 16 and 19 times a day. There's actually apps that you can use to track these International Space Station to find out what point it's flying over Earth. And I'm sure, like, on NASA.com they have a live stream of, like, cameras that are pointed towards the Earth to see, like, what Earth looks like from space in real time, so that's also really cool. So yeah, I'm just talking about how awesome space is and astronauts and stuff while I'm waiting for my health to go up. I want to add to my bucket list of things I want to do before I die, preferably while I'm young, is to actually take one of those zero-G flights. So basically there's a humongous plane that's, like, basically carved out, there's no windows, no seating inside of it, and all it does is it takes a few passengers, probably like 10 or something, and it just goes up high in the sky and takes it it flies in curves, and at each parabola, that you're temporarily in the feeling of 0G, so you just kind of float around inside. So I think that would be really fun to do, and the best way to experience 0G without actually going to space. But the thing is that it's like super expensive. It's like $5,000 per person per flight. And you want to make sure that you take like anti-nausea pills before you do that, because experiences of people who have gone on those flights before have gotten sick and started to throw up, because our bodies are used to being in gravity. Because we don't have to think about it because we've dealt with gravity our whole life, but when your body is suddenly in 0G and it doesn't rely on gravity to stay afloat or whatever, you know what I mean? Is that it's like it can't handle what's happening to it, so it just kind of makes you feel sick. And I'm sure that if you're in it long enough that you get used to it, you could always buy a plane. Well, I don't think I have nearly enough money to buy my own plane. I mean, with the money I have saved up right now, I probably could go on one of those flights, but I want to have like a steady source of income, so at the point where I don't have to worry about money before I even do anything like that. That would be really fun to do sometime, though. But yeah, so Scott Kelly came back, and they're running some experiments on him and his identical twin, who was on Earth the whole time, just to see how much his body changed while he was up in space for a year. And it's supposed to be very important studies, so we can see what happens to the human body when it's in 0G for long periods of time. And what we can do to help make sure that our bodies don't break down too much for being in space for that long, so we can make a trip or two or whatever to Mars and back. Because it takes like a year just to get to Mars and another year to get back. So yeah. Alright, so my health is now back to full. I had a nice time talking about stuff. I might keep that whole conversation in there, I don't know. I might put it in its own episode. I'm at 12:45 now, so I'll keep going. I'll figure out if I want to... What do you guys think? Should I leave that whole conversation about space, like, in the episode? Or should I just cut it all out for YouTube? What do you guys think? So I am very fascinated with the whole concept of outer space and stuff, and I think it helps that I was a little bit more exposed to it because my dad actually has his bachelor's degree in astrophysics. So I think I got my interest in astronomy and outer space and everything through him. Because he actually had like a telescope in the 70s that if you pointed one of the legs of the telescope towards the North Star and you point the telescope towards the star, it would automatically track it throughout the night, so that was pretty cool. Buffalo Gamer says to keep it because space is legit. I think so. I think that would be good to keep in, so... Yeah, I think I'll might as well keep that in. This game, No Man's Sky, looks awesome. You can kind of see the sky here. I didn't mention that seeing what Earth looks like from space is absolutely beautiful, and that you'd easily get used to the view. But usually they only go up there for like 4 to 6 months. But you gotta make sure that you can pass a psychological test and make sure you can handle being in an enclosed space with very few people for that amount of time. Because you can't go outside. You can't, feel the sun on your skin because otherwise you die. And there's like no protection against the sun's radiation when you're in outer space. Anyway, I've been talking way too long on that. So I think just simply talking about that is its own episode. So I think I will cut it off there, and I will actually make some more progress in the next episode. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.